Karen from EdibleWildFood.com here on a beautiful, beautiful day. I've actually started this video at home earlier, and now I've come out to do a little bit more of a beginning of it, and of course wrapping it up. And today I'm talking about the burdock seed and how we can eat it, even in the winter time. And of course, Chance is here to help out as well. Anyway, the first thing I really need to stress is that women who are pregnant or lactating, please never ever consume these seeds. Evidence is inconclusive in regards to the safety of this for you, and it's not worth it. Just don't even consider going after these seeds and it doesn't matter what trimester of your pregnancy or if you're lactating. Please just stay away from these. Now, did you know that there are two different types of burdock in Ontario, Canada, and the United States? There is the Arctium lapa and Arctium minus. Now, what's the difference? How do we tell the difference? What you're looking at here is minor. And the reason is that you can see the seed heads are bunched together. And, oops, sorry, just trying to keep this balanced. And the Arctium lapa is as you can see, each seed pod here is at the apex of an individual stem. Therefore, you can identify this specific burdock as being the Arctium lapa. The ability to find this plant is very easy. Now, right now, everything must look like it's just a group of dead plants, but come a little closer and you will see how easy it is to spot. If it wants to stop moving around. And of course, I really need to stress that when you're out here and you're gathering the seed heads, please be very careful, because not only will these get into your hair or on your clothing, I really would suggest wearing some protective gloves, because when you work with them a lot, there's little fibers off the seed pods that can get stuck into your skin, and although you don't notice it at the time, you will feel it for a couple of hours afterwards. So if you have very sensitive skin, I definitely need to stress to protect your skin. And, well, when is the best time to harvest these? Well, definitely not now. Late summer, early autumn, depending on your geographical location, that's the time to be harvesting them, more so for medicinal purposes. And of course, if you want maximum content of the flavonoids and all the other good nutritional qualities that it has, like the phenolic compounds, you've got to get them when they're at max. And that, of course, again, late summer or early autumn. And I've lost Chance. Oh well, he's having fun somewhere. Anyways, as for winter, how much nutrition do these have? He has surfaced again. It's really hard to say. When we freeze food, we know that it loses some of the nutrients and the good constituents that it possesses. And really, it depends on your winter in terms of how many times have these seeds been frozen and they've thawed, frozen and they've thawed. Here in Southern Ontario, that can happen a lot. So really, by eating these now, am I going to gain any benefits from this? A little bit, not a lot, but regardless, it's something. And especially if you're in a winter survival situation, something is better than nothing. Alrighty. So we know we can eat the seed once we remove the seeds from the seed pods. Make sure you have time on your side, and if you have a way to tap into patience, because you'll need a lot of patience as well. Very important. And when we do have the seeds, of course they're edible, but in very, very small quantities. But I certainly would not recommend at all eating them as is. They taste exceedingly bitter. In fact, I've even sprouted them. I am an avid sprouter in the winter months to make up for my fresh produce. And I tried sprouting them, and yes, it does work. They're a little on the maybe slimy side, and the taste, oh my, it's beyond an acquired taste. So I definitely wouldn't recommend that. And again, I need to stress, you need to eat these in small quantities because these are known more so as being medicinal than edible. And if you eat too much, you could end up with some serious negative side effects, especially because they are a well-known diuretic. And if you have health issues, this with your kidneys, this can really be detrimental. So once you have them, though, you can use them in a variety of meals and goodies. Add them to homemade granola bars, your smoothies, things like that. Use your imagination and just toss them in wherever you can, and wherever the flavor can be kind of masked by other good flavors. So let's see, I think I mentioned pretty much everything. I guess now, how do you prepare these seeds? Well, let's go to my kitchen and I will show you how to do that. I'm home right now, and with a little help from my daughter-in-law, we are taking some of the burdock, and this actually I gathered quite some time ago, so it's bone dry. And that is really important when separating the chaff from the seeds. It is very tricky, and if you really don't feel comfortable touching these with your bare hands, you can certainly put on some rubber gloves. And now she's going to take the rolling pin and crush it really hard, because that way it's going to help break up those pods and separate the seeds. Some people, I've heard, even take big bags of these and drive their car over it to crush it really well. Of course, alternatively, you can use your hands just to remove them bit by bit, but that takes a long time and a lot of patience. Anyway, so this is the best way. This is going to take a while to separate the seed from the chaff, and I'll be back in a little bit to show you what you can do next. Now I'm going to take some of that and start sifting. Well, that didn't quite work there. Anyway, I'm going to remove as much as I can, which means sorting out through that is going to be a lot easier. So bear with me as I clean this up a bit, and I'll be right back. You can see there's still some chaff in there, and that's okay. What I'm going to do with this now, when I finish the other batch that I have, I'm going to crush this again with the rolling pin, because we want to get inside the hull of those seeds, because that is where the benefits are. Once I've done that, I'll show you what's left. Today, I'm just showing you a small amount of seed and how to work with it. So This gives you an idea of how many seed pods I gathered, which really isn't a lot when you consider how many are on one plant. So basically from this you get to this 1/4 cup of seed. Now granted, there's still some stuff in there that is not exactly the seed itself, but I'm not too worried about that. What am I going to do with all these seeds now? Well, there's so many different applications that you can use these in. So you can add them to your smoothies, sprinkle them onto a salad. Just use your imagination and add them wherever you feel you can use them. But I would recommend, though, if you are using these, let's say if you're adding them to your mashed potatoes, I definitely would soak them in water first to soften them up so you're not going to get any surprises when you're eating those mashed potatoes. And perhaps one last word that I'd like to say about these seeds, that when you're working with them, or more so the seed pods, is be careful with your clothing. Make sure that you're wearing short sleeves or sleeves that just will not pick up this Velcro. Otherwise, it's going to be a horrible mess to clean up. Anyway, I'll throw down some other ideas in the comments below. If you have any ideas, please add to the comments. And I thank you so much for watching and being here. And I certainly hope to inspire you to get out there, even though it's wintertime, and get foraging. Thank you.